Life together is messy. Life together is complicated. And we know that relationships are difficult. There are times we're offended, and there are people who get on our nerves. But also, life together is God's gift to us in the church. The Christian life is not meant to be lived alone. And we know that, and you believe that. That's why you're leading a group together. In spite of its challenges, in spite of its difficulties, there is real beauty in a gospel-centered life together. And it's through our love for one another, our patience with one another, that God demonstrates the gospel to the rest of the world. It's through His activity towards us, how that informs our relationships, that God exalts Christ's activity towards us for the rest of the world. This John 13:35 says, "By this, the rest of the world will know that you belong to me by how you love one another." And Colossians chapter 3, verse 12 says this, "Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive one another." And this is the Bible's teaching on how to deal with difficult people. If you've been leading a group for any amount of time, I've been leading a group, we have difficult people or difficult relationships or conflict, or that person who's an EGR, an extra grace required kind of person. How do we love these people? How do we do it when community doesn't always look like our ideal situation? Well, the Bible teaches us that, number one, relationships are going to be messy from time to time, and they're going to be personality conflicts. But there's beauty in the diversity, and God commands us and calls us to be patient with one another, to be humble, and to bear with one another and forgive each other as God in Christ has forgiven us. And there's one thing that's for sure in the New Testament. There are 59 one anoters in the Bible, or in the New Testament. These one anoters are given to Christian community in sort of a warning and a preparation and a teaching that says life together is going to have its challenges. So we're going to need to learn how to forgive one another, to pursue one another, to love one another, to be patient with one another, to be kind towards one another, to bear one another's burdens, to serve one another. This is life together. It requires sacrifice, yes, but it's beautiful, and it's God's demonstration to the world of His activity through us. And this is what gospel community is. As God has been to us, so are we to each other. When the gospel informs our relationships, then God creates a compelling community that demonstrates Christ's supremacy and Christ's gospel to the rest of the world. So love you. Thank you so much for serving and loving as you do. And just hopefully this can be an encouragement to you as you continue to lead your groups this year. Love you, and we'll see you next time.